So we're going to Ethiopia this summer, and we're planning to take blankets to 200 children in Merkato, Ethiopia. This will be perfect because it's the start of the rainy season, and they'll be able to cuddle up under a nice fleece blanket as it gets cool in the evenings and then actually during the whole time. So the finished product needs to be 50 inches by 60 inches, and so you'll want a piece of fleece. We're going with gender neutral fleeces, but if you see something that you love, go for it. That's okay. So you start with a piece of fleece, and then you have fleece and a ruler and scissors and a tape measure, and I have no idea what to do after that. So I'm going to get my friend, my daughter, to help. Okay.
Alright, so we are going to make a tie fleece blanket, and you want to start out with a piece of fleece that is 56 inches by 66 inches. Okay, so now I've laid out the measurements, so it's going to be 56 by 66 inches, and I'm just going to cut around the edges until I get it to the size that I want. Okay. So now that we've got the blanket cut out so that it's 56 by 66 inches, we are going to cut a 3 by 3 inch square out of each of the corners. So let's start by measuring that. Yeah. Alright, so the next part just involves a lot of cutting. We're going to take the scissors and the ruler and cut each of the side into 1 inch by 3 inch strips. So I kind of more just eyeball it, but put the ruler down and cut about 1 inch up to where the top of the square is, and just do that all the way around the blanket.
That's a lot of cutting.
Yeah, it's a lot of cutting.
But you don't have to have a perfect mark?
No, it does not have to be perfect. Just kind of do the first few with the ruler, and then I just make all the rest of them so that they look about the same size.
Great. That's going to be a while.
Yeah, this will take a while.
I'm going to go get some popcorn. Popcorn is so good. Popcorn. Right. How's that cutting going, Rebecca?
Oh, pretty good.
Right. Taking you a while.
Yeah.
We got some popcorn.
Only gotten to the end of this side.
We got more here, guys. All right. Yeah. Good.
Okay, so I've sort of already started this side, but what we're going to do now is take the two strips that are next to each other and just tie a knot in them. The 3 inch sides can be a little hard to work with, but it's better because they're not so long. There's not as much fabric left over and you don't get it caught on anything. So just keep doing that with all the ties all the way around. Okay, so I have an extra strip that doesn't have a match to be tied with, and that's really not a big problem. All I'm going to do is just cut it in half and then tie that together on the end. And done. And that's
voila. All right.
So fleece blanket.
And this is a tied, not
This
blanket.
Is a tied one.
Very good.
So yeah, there you go.
So you see we've got one blanket here with our knots. We're going to be taking 200 of these blankets to Ethiopia. There's another way you can do it with a little slit that you kind of weave them through on the edges. That takes a little bit more time to do. Or if you have a serger machine, then you can serge the edges for the blanket. And those are all acceptable ways to get blankets to the kids in Merkato. They're really going to appreciate that. If you want to learn more about Merkato, or if you're interested in sponsoring a child, you can visit the Hope Chest website. It's www.hopechest.org /community/Merkato. So you can go visit that website, check out the things that we're doing there in Ethiopia, and even sponsor a kid. We still have 10 more left that need sponsors, but there'll be 200 kids we'll be visiting. Thanks, and Amaseganalo.